Stay with him, April. Come on, let's find that Shredder money. He'll pay all right.
Welcome back to Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about my luck with the Target Fall Geek Out. And some of this stuff is from Target. A couple things Walmart sells and stuff. Some stuff is sells from Walmart, sells from Target. And then, of course, I did pick up the Dungeons & Dragons set over here. That's also NECA. Most of this stuff is NECA, and some of the stuff is older. Some of the stuff is brand new, just coming out, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to kind of share results here and kind of go through each one of these items real quick and show what's going on, how I got them. Some of it was online, some of it was in store, and I'm going to tell you the trials and tribulations and actually the easy part and all of this coming up. All right, so the first thing I picked up, well, it's not the first thing I picked up. First thing I want to talk about is Robocop, and it's a different one than they made in 2011. It's the same mold, but they have a different box design. They have different color and also different head sculpts and accessories and stuff with him. So pretty cool. I am planning on taking a good look at this guy because Robocop, pretty awesome. It's been a long time since we've gotten a Robocop at retail, and especially since we've gotten a Robocop that has the hip firing action. Now I'm curious if they're going to have fixed the hip firing action on this, because I know with the previous releases it's kind of not so great. So anyway, maybe I can get some better ideas how to make that one work better. But if this one works better, I hope it does. But it does come with, I think this blast effect's new, the second head sculpt I believe is new, and that rifle's not new, but it didn't come with this originally. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to reviewing this pretty soon. So next up we have this Frankenstein. Now I did pick up the black and white one, and now I get one with the color, and it's almost hard to tell. Like, it was really hard to tell in the store. Oh man, I got the black and white one, which the black and white one's kind of cool, but this one has more color to the face. Not much, actually, not a whole lot more. So pretty cool. I'm not in on every one of the monster series for the Ultimates, but I was in on this one here. I think it looks pretty cool. It's Frankenstein. A couple of the main ones, I would definitely do a Dracula. I don't know if they've done one or not, but they do. I'd pick that one up for sure. So next up, I picked up Yosagi Jimbo, and pretty cool. Now this one I actually got in the mail. So this isn't one I got at the store. I got this one in the mail, and I think it's a pretty cool looking figure. I don't know how I feel about NECA charging 30 bucks, 30 something bucks, 35 or so for just one figure, but it's a bunch of accessories. But I know that this is very popular. I never saw one of these in the store, so I'm glad I pre-ordered it. And they had plenty. You could pre-order it for like 3 days straight and still get yours. And so I was really pleased with that. Now I do have a couple of dents and dings in my box. I am planning, I did get two. I'm planning on opening one and keeping one in the box. I am going to be using one of those displays. When I get the sewer playset, I'm probably going to buy their sewer display if it's not too expensive, and put a display together of these guys, because I really like what NECA's doing with turtles. But I am going to talk about today what the problem is with NECA's turtles. Okay, so next NECA Turtle, Crooked Ninja, Turtle Gang, and the Rock Soldier. Now, here's the thing. This one and the next one we take a look at, I just have no idea who the characters are. And I gotta say, when you see them in the store, when you look at them in the store, it's really hard to turn them down because they just look so cool. And it's one of those things that you don't know if this is probably going to be the only time they make it, and they might not make another run of them. But I don't see it being wildly popular and selling out. So these are in the stores. I wouldn't say this one's in abundance. I only saw a few, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool set. Here's the back of the box, and it kind of shows. See, this is what's going to catch me. I don't know who these guys are down here. This Dirk Savage and Mona Lisa. They look cool, though. It's going to be hard to turn those down. It's going to be hard to say no to them, but I don't like the higher price points. I think this one was 55, and then the next one we look at, yeah, it was 55. One of them was 60. So still not horrible, not the end of the world, but still kind of on the higher end of things. They do come with a ton of accessories, so I'm guessing this guy here, Turtle Gang. I don't know. I'm sure there was an episode or something, and I just haven't watched all of the episodes in a long time. I think I just keep rewatching the first 5 episodes. Here's the next one, Zack and Smash, and seems like everyone's really excited about this set that's online talking about it. I don't know why they included, I think that's Chrome Dome head. That Chrome Dome is a huge, awesome figure. I mean, I don't even know who it is, but I had to pick that one up just because he looked big and awesome. And so with that, this is where we start running into problems. I don't think that there's wide appeal for the last set we looked at or this set, and I don't know what they're going to do going forward. How many more characters can they keep pulling out and people still sell? I mean, how many can they do full production runs and it be worth their time and effort and stuff? So, but I mean, again, then there's this Dirk Savage and Mona Lisa, which I haven't found yet, or I don't even know if it's out yet. Maybe it's just a cross-sell for the future. But still, they look so good. I mean, this here, I don't know what it is, but it looks so good. And I think Target really won. NECA really won at SDCC with that display. I mean, that was awesome. It was that display, and then there was the Eternia. Those are the two showstoppers at SDCC. So next up is Toko Razor. Now this is the one, this is by far the one everybody was more excited about, because I guess at the last Geekout, whatever, the Target Geekout event, whatever they called it last time, this was nowhere to be found. It sold out online real fast somehow, and yeah, it was a challenge to get this. Now I walked into a Target, 6 of them, so that was pretty good. That was pretty cool to have 6 of these, and so I got to pick the one I thought had the best box and all that kind of stuff. Now I did order one online, and I kept getting this notice. It's like it's backstocked, and do you still want to wait? And I said yeah, and then I found this, and I was like, yeah, let's just cancel that one. So it looks pretty cool. It's got all kinds of, like, fish and food and all this stuff. And again, I don't even really know these characters, but they just look so amazing. NECA is top notch when it comes to the way the figures look, and my son's been collecting these since he was 11. He's 13 now. He hasn't broken any of these, so he doesn't have a ton. He's got like 9 or 10 of them. But now on the back here, we get to see this pizza monster, which we already have, the souped up Rocksteady. So this is, as you can see, this is old. This is old, and I guess the coming soon would be Neutrinos, and we're going to take a look at those. But still, pretty awesome, pretty fun. All right, so speaking of Neutrinos, here are the Neutrinos, and I think they look really good. This set, this is one of the things I remember the Neutrinos. I kind of wished I could get their car. I've seen people take the old purple car and like repaint it to match their car. Anyway, I think this set is awesome. They got their little hoverboards and all that kind of stuff, and these characters are just really crazy and cool looking. They look like they walked right out of the cartoon. The Neutrinos are just so cool. Now, I did order this online. I saw one set in the store. The package was destroyed, but you know, this one here didn't survive shipping as well as I would have liked. So that's a challenge. It's really frustrating trying to get these. And if so far I'm in package collector, but I am actually going to keep one set in package, and everything I open, I'm going to open a second set. So yeah, it's stupid of me. And I'm not even the biggest turtle fan. I'm just like kind of a casual turtle collector, more or less from the outside, observing and buying a few. Well, I guess I've kind of crossed that line, but really, really a cool set overall, Neutrinos. So the next set here, now I have one of these already, and I went ahead and got another one. My son wants one for Christmas. Okay, so we got this, and the thing about it is that it has a bunch of stuff inside. All right, so here's what's inside. You get this shredder, which I think looks pretty cool. It is a different kind of paint, metallic paint on it. The purple, I think it looks cool. And you get a coaster, I guess. Pizza magnets, okay. Then you get a keychain, I guess. I'm not for this kind of stuff. A beanie hat, and then a t-shirt. We basically paid $50 for a shredder. That's kind of how it turned out, but I don't know. I think my son will like this stuff. I don't know about these other accessories. I wished we could have just bought this, just like that, and that would have been awesome. All right, so the next NECA set is for the movie NECA, and this is movie turtle stuff from Walmart. And I was on the fence whether I'd get one of these. Then my son says, hey, it's on clearance for $30. So for $30, I think it was worth it. Now, I know that people are losing their mind over an April deal. I don't know if this is the good April deal or the bad April deal or whatever, but I mean, for $30, that's $15 a figure. I just don't think that's really a bad value. I still don't have a Casey Jones. I have one pre-ordered through BBTS, but I don't have an actual Toon Casey Jones, so I can say I have a Casey Jones right now. So there it is, kind of showing that looks like actual pictures from the movie, doesn't it? It's like, oh, that was that one scene and that one scene and those scenes. That does look really good though. And I got a set of the turtles. I'm not going deep on the movie stuff at all, but still pretty cool for $30. All right, the next NECA thing we're going to take a look at here is this Dungeons & Dragons Lost Wave, and I'll talk about how we can get that. So next up, we have them out of the box, and that's kind of a good way to look at them. Now, here's the thing. These are looking like the LJN line, and they were up for sale on NECA. You could have bought them straight from NECA. It was like $100 plus tax would have been $109 plus shipping would be like, you know, 109, 125, 127 or something like this. So I'm able to find these for about 130 to 150 on eBay. So I don't think that's a huge markup if people are selling them like 130 to 150 right now. I don't know how long people will be willing to do that, but I think there's people that bought extra sets and just wanted to make a little extra money, and they kind of saved on their shipping, so they're basically just getting their money back out of it at the end of the day. But with that, it makes for an opportunity for people like myself who missed it. I just missed it and I didn't get it. I wasn't there in front of my computer, didn't set an alarm or anything, and I know they weren't really that hard to get. They were up for a while, like a couple hours, I think, according to what people were saying, but I still missed it. So let's look at these real fast. Okay, so this is Kellic, and seeing as how Kellic is still a pretty common figure, though, I know this was planned for another wave, but he was a common figure. Here it is next to the vintage version, and same accessories more or less, but they look a little different. I don't know, they might be painted, I don't know. But to me, I wasn't excited. This one's got like a mohawk on him. His head's a little smaller, I don't know, in his old age or something along those lines. Still pretty cool to get a Kellic in the package. They come out to about 25 bucks a piece, unless of course you pay a little bit more on the aftermarket, so more like 33 or something a piece. Still, okay figure, but this is just so common. Everybody's got it. That's like one of the first figures that you get when you collect this line. And then next up we're going to take a look at this guy here. So, without knocking, I'm trying to prop these up against that NECA set there. So this one here is a all new one. It's the Pulver-Eye with Battlematic action, and it's the Ogre or High Chief, not Ogre, or High Chief. Looks pretty cool. He's got that one eye thing going on with him, and I'm not opening these yet. I'm gonna try to get a second set if I get another cheap set, and try to get a second set to open. But I have a feeling that, like, if I wait 6 months, somebody's gonna sell a set of open ones for a pretty good price, and that's usually how things like this go. So I'm gonna wait to open them. So I'm not reviewing these, I'm just kind of showing them. Still looks cool. This is a shield shooter. Shield shooters are a little harder to get and all that kind of stuff, so it's kind of fun. Shield shooting action. I'm surprised that, you know, they made it with the shield shooting action, all that. So this kind of opens the door for what more can they do, and I'd be excited to see what they did. It would suck if this is all they made. It was a one-off and we don't get any more Dungeons and Dragons, but I have a feeling we're getting a ton of Dungeons and Dragons. Since they have the license, they can do whatever they want with this old stuff, and so that's pretty cool. Let's pan this down just a bit. This one here is called Valkyr, Good Warrior. Valkyr, the Good Warrior. And comes with a shield and a couple of swords. All this stuff looks so similar. Like, that looks sort of like a straight version of Grimsword's sword, and, well, the axe looks different. The shield, lots of them have shields and stuff. So this smaller one kind of reminds me of Elkhorn, except bigger. Just a bigger version of Elkhorn. But I'm sure I'm offending a lot of people that truly know what's going on with this, but I'm not that deep into the Dungeons and Dragons thing. I have a few of them. All right, and this was unreleased too. This is Skyla, the evil wizard, and yeah, we got another evil wizard. Now, this is really cool to have a female character. She wouldn't have cut it in the 80s. She wouldn't have cut the mustard in the 80s as a female character, because for whatever reason, they shorted us on female characters. Now, I know we have Mercion, that's a female character. I think they had a couple other female characters. Mercion's the one that comes to mind right now, but we didn't get her back in the day, and she got shelved for that. But I do have a vintage Skyla figure. The miniatures, I never was a fan of miniatures, but I got her for pretty cheap. So I was like, let's pick her up. I have a representation of her, but now I got another representation of her. So it's kind of cool. Deeth is another female character, so that's kind of interesting. So they had a couple of female characters back in the day. When it comes to NECA, though, accessories, just awesome. She's got a ton. She's got like daggers and several different daggers. And looking at all of them, it looks like this looks like it could go with either Hockler or a couple of the other ones. And then this one looks like Melf's sword. And so, I mean, just looking at all that, it looks like we got some stuff coming up here that they could be doing. And this set does make Tmnt very happy. So lastly, we're going to get into the clearance segment, and as you guys probably all know, this is Wave 7 or whatever, and it's been on shelves for a long time. And they're trying to get rid of it and clearance it and stuff. I think that this is clearly the best of this wave. So if I catch one on clearance, you know, 11.23. Actually, it's not the cheapest one I've gotten. I've gotten one under $10, like 9 something. But the joints and all this kind of stuff, you could swap the legs with your Tila figure, or you could swap the legs with your sorceress that came with the original, with the Castle Grayskull and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it's really important to have an extra couple of these for your older female figures when you're kind of putting together a loose display, i.e. Eternia, right? Is that still a thing? People still excited about that? Then this was, okay, this is another GameStop figure, and yes, I know she's easy to get. It's not a big deal. Half off clearance at GameStop right now. $18.97 divided by 2, so like $9.50 minus 5, so $4.50 for her. I don't think $4 is bad. I actually figured these would be clearancing for $5 everywhere by now, and just everyone just basically giving them away, 5, 3. Who can give them away cheaper so we can get some real figures on the shelf? But she's not a bad figure, by the way. She's not horrible. It's just she's not retro like I would like, and she kind of feels like she's getting sandwiched in between all the movies figures. But I think this is sort of a gem long term, and maybe I could. I don't know. I'm not happy with how my Zartan turned out, but I was thinking about painting her to look kind of like retro. Rip that thing off there. Anyway, lastly, we've got these. Let's go ahead and... Okay, so there's a sale right now at Target on these Red Ninjas. Target exclusive Red Ninja. Pretty cool figure. If you like Storm Shadow, you're going to like this. But he's $9. She, $9. Actually, I saw one Target was like $5. Or maybe that was Snake Eyes was $5. Anyway. If you happen to find like something you want, the $18 one, and you wander up to the cash register and you let them ring this one up first, and you go, I thought they were all $9. Sometimes they'll just be like, oh, okay, well, we'll make it $9 for you. I'm not going to tell you if that's what I did or not, but I mean, sometimes it works. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Target Fall Geekout and kind of some clearance sales and stuff that I'm finding around. And hopefully this helped you, and you see something in here, let me go hit my Target and check it out. We'll talk about more of these kind of pickup videos in the future because I think people find it helpful. I know I found it helpful when people were telling me what they were finding, so I'm going to keep doing this for you guys, and it's a whole lot of fun. Anyway, like and subscribe to Deer Hanger out.
I want to talk to you.
Destroy them all. Ah, it feels so good to be so bad.
All right, who's gonna clean up this mess?